My name is Sam Walsh with Shutter 16 magazine, and I am sitting down with Paradise Ablaze, which is a three-piece band that does not like to limit themselves as far as like music style and genre goes. Got a couple of questions for you guys today. Number one, tell me about how Paradise Ablaze met and became a band.
That's so. Do you want the long story or this story?
This story.
Okay. Well, I met him in the jazz band program. We go to the same high school. Yeah. Went to the same high school. I don't go to high school anymore. But anyway, I knew him from the jazz band program. I always thought he was a really good drummer. After some downtime, and I had an old lineup of Paradise Ablaze, it just didn't work out, and so we ended up. Well, I ended up taking into account that I should set it back up again. And so I was just looking for members, and I was looking for people. I really only, the very first person I thought of was Caden. I always loved the way that he played in jazz band. I always loved, we had a couple of encounters. They were good though. Like we hung out at the Heritage Hall show. Yeah. And so he was the very first option in my head. And so I came to him and I asked him about it. And that's the rest is your story. So.
Yeah. It was all really sudden. He brought up on the bus, and for the longest time we started practicing, but we didn't have a bassist. So then I texted my friend Dylan, and he's always been into music, but never really had a thing. So it was really fast.
It just worked out.
How it just fell together.
Yeah. Because we were jamming for like a month or two,
yeah.
And then we were just like, we tried to find a bassist. We tried out a lead guitarist. That option didn't quite work out. Yeah. So we got Dylan, and now we're a three-piece.
Which is funny, because I didn't even play bass. I just actually started playing drums and picked up the bass a few months ago. So
yeah.
Cool.
Where do I look?
How do you look?
No, where do I look? Do I look at you?
Me into the camera. Either way is fine.
Wherever you want to look.
Yeah, wherever you want to look is totally fine.
Or Paradise Ablaze.
As far as song and lyric writing goes, is there one of you that typically churns them out, or is it more of a collaborative effort?
Lyrics are all.
Yeah,
that's all Trent.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Dylan never taken any part of lyrics.
We do. We're trying to take at least my hopes is we actually just talked about this because we're actually just coming back from practice, but we do hope eventually to hit that point where we can all work together on a song. For right now, it's mainly I'll work on the lyrics and I'll come up with a guitar riff. He'll listen to the guitar riff and see what could be improved, what couldn't be improved, and then we help Dylan out learning his bass lines and stuff. Yeah. So mainly the songwriting and stuff. The song itself, like the lyrics, are usually from me. I've been writing songs for a really long time, so that's just naturally. I think it's just something that I like to. It's just a role I like to fill.
Gotcha. Paradise Ablaze is a new band on the scene. Tell me about what your guys' biggest focus is before winter slow season rolls around.
I guess on a more personal level, just kind of getting ourselves out there as much as possible and as quick as possible. Just like, hey,
bam,
like everyone, listen,
Yeah, and I think we're also on a public and somewhat personal level, because we like to make a community with our fans instead of just like some bands, it's more like, hey, come see me, and then maybe you'll enjoy it. I made a group instead of a page for our band, so anyone can talk to us, text us, ask us questions about anything, and it's really awesome. But I think the main goal that we're trying to get to is not only putting ourselves out there and making ourselves obvious that we're here and we're trying to play for people, but also going to the studio and getting some of our new stuff pumped out.
Yeah, hopefully before winter.
Yeah. But also before it's like complete slowdown time, I feel like during the fall season, I feel like we might get received better, just because majority of the summer time around in this scene is like rock, metal.
Yeah.
And we're not exactly in that caliber.
No.
So.
Okay. What are your biggest musical influences as individuals as well as a band?
Okay. Wow.
You start that off?
Yeah,
you start that off?
Yeah, you start off.
All right. Well, personally, I mean, I've always loved Slipknot, so I mean, I've always loved their heavy stuff. I feel like I have a diverse kind of, influences, a bunch of different sounds like Red Hot Chili Peppers, Blink-182, Slipknot, obviously, just so many different sounds and genres, kind of incorporate it all is what I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes this sound interesting as well, because I've always been a much more, I guess, alternative guy in a way. I mean, I listen to like literally everything, but in terms of influences, the sound has definitely changed from what it was. But I think in a good way. I mean, we're all happy with the direction everything's going. Yeah, I love Incubus to death. I'll say that right now. Love them.
Incubus and Deftones and stuff. I feel like
Deftones. Yeah, especially with Trent. That's Deftones has been a big one right now.
Yeah.
Deftones right now, yeah.
No, I feel like I can speak on behalf of all of us that we like to listen to everything.
Yeah.
I mean, especially considering that me and him come from jazz background. I love jazz. I don't know. I think some of my biggest influences are like the Backseat Lovers, Briss and Maroney. Newer indie bands that are more digestible by a younger audience. I like that sort of thing where it's like I don't have to feel so alone in whatever I'm feeling at the moment.
Yeah.
But with him and I, just talking about our influences and stuff, I feel like Deftones is a really big influence on me now too. I love Deftones.
Yeah.
I was really honestly, I was not very.
He's not a Deftones guy.
I was not a Deftones guy, and then this fucker came in here and was like, here's Chino Moreno, and I was like, that's my vocalist. Yep, that's my idol. But no, I think as a group, I feel like a lot of our sound is, it's just a blend of all three of us trying to make it all work. Say right now in our stages right now, it's sort of a little bit experimental, like I would say, on our own. We're working on that right now. It has a little bit of like a progressive rock feel to it. Near the very end, there's lots of counting and numbers and nerdy shit.
Yeah.
But
we're not very smart math-wise, so to us it's like math rock.
Exactly. It's really honestly just switching rhythms around.
Yeah.
But all of our sound is just. I think it's just us. I think that's the best way to describe it. Is that there's not really. I don't think that our band really tries to sound like any other band. That's something that I'm super annoying about.
Yeah.
So.
Big thing.
Awesome. How did you guys choose your band name?
Oh, okay.
That's all you.
Yeah, that's. This is a little. We're getting a little deep. We're scratching the surface layer here. So, for a time being, I had left here in West Virginia. And I moved to California to live with my uncle. Just life wasn't really great here, and I was going through some like really shitty stuff. And so when I moved to California, it was like a whole new fucking world. I didn't really even know what to expect at all. It was like 69 degrees every single day, and like when I would come here, it would be like 80 or 90 in the summertime. But I don't know. It was in SoCal. It was a place called Fallbrook is where I lived. But I around the same time that I was starting to really get into music, even further, because I've always been into it since I was about 8 or 9, really. But whenever I started really wanting to like do it as a career instead of just for fun, was when I lived in California. And around that same time, that was when the wildfires were happening. Well, they were starting to happen. And so, while there was one time I was driving home with my aunt and my uncle, we went out and we were like, I think we were grocery shopping or something. I don't know. But we were driving home and we were going through the valleys in SoCal. And I would see all these trees and I would see all all of these plants and like all this like wildlife just completely like dying. It was really depressing. So it was like, for me, it was like California when I lived there was like paradise to me. And then when I would see it burning, I was like, my paradise is ablaze, And so that's really how that's really all it boiled down to, yeah.
Gotcha, very literal band name.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys played a low-key premiere show last month and another smaller one since then. You have your first Winchester venue show coming up at Blue Fox really soon. Are you guys nervous? Tell me about how you're feeling.
You take that one.
Yeah.
We'll all answer it, but
okay.
you start off.
First of all, what are those called?
The Lays.
Yeah, we're gonna be wearing Lays.
Yeah.
It's gonna look awesome. But I don't know. I mean, personally, I'm not very nervous. I was nervous the first show, but I don't know. It's just really fun. Just kind of get in there and play. I mean, have a great time, and people enjoy it. People don't.
It's a good
I have
balance.
fun.
Yeah, exactly. It's a good
So-
balance of like making sure it's professional when we go on stage, but then also having fun.
Yeah.
Um,
So I don't know. I mean, I'm definitely excited to play a bar. It's,
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's new.
It's gonna be. I'm
Yeah.
a little nervous just because of the reception there, but usually Blue Fox does great at,
Yeah.
at marketing where they need to go and what needs to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like, really freaking excited for it.
Yeah. Just
But
like, yeah.
it's
crowd
a
of-
I'm
crowd
nervous.
of old angry men.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's
Where's the
necessarily-
AC/DC?
Yeah. I don't think it's necessarily anxiety as it is just excitement. I'm very excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun, and it's cool that it's paid too, so we
Yeah.
can get back to the studio. So
Yeah. The
Definitely.
first studio run was.
we tried our best.
Yeah.
We
tried our
expected
best.
it to
Yeah.
be.
We were like, we planned so far ahead.
We did.
Like, we were like, we're gonna get through
Overprepared.
these 6 songs. We'll probably do these 3. We didn't get one.
We got like a quarter through one.
Yeah.
No, but on my behalf personally for the show though coming up at Blue Fox, I'm nervous mainly because of the performance aspect, not of us, but I have to go from doing a 40-minute set with these guys to then playing an hour-long, almost hour and a half long set in my other band, Cannon Hill. That's something that's nervous. That's kind of weighing on my conscience a little bit, but I think we'll make it work for sure.
Yeah, we always do.
Awesome. What is the creative process like for Paradise Ablaze?
Look at me for that. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I think we kind of discussed this a little bit question before. But,
Literally before we got here too.
Yeah. So, he'll pitch a riff idea. We'll kind of work from there. He'll throw in like some suggestions, see if that works or something like that. Make it sound cool, unique, different. Then, normally we start with the bass line, trying to make that fit as well. Obviously, I'm new, so I'm not too good with the creative aspect of that, so I get some help. He just throws in some drums. He can literally play anything to anything.
Yeah, just sit down and he just has a drum beat.
Yeah, we'll work from there. Write the lyrics, sing it, get comfortable with it.
And then we lock it in.
Yeah, basically lock
But
it
yeah, and one thing I will say is we don't really have a rhythm yet either
Mhm.
at the same time. So it always feels kind of exciting in that way. We're making something new, but at the same time it can get difficult because it's like we don't really know what we're doing quite yet.
Yeah.
So like that's how the ideal would go, and that's probably how we're gonna take it from now on. But sometimes like we'll have an idea, but like it's not unusual for it to completely change.
Mhm.
Like there are certain things that like whether it's Trent, me, or anyone else, anything. Sometimes it can be, it comes in and it's just almost just completely thrown out for something else.
Yeah.
But usually we end up liking it more. Pretty much. every
Yeah,
time.
for sure, yeah. And
we've never been upset with it.
Yeah, it's never been a thing that we've been mad
Yeah.
about. It's just we've started off. We've only been really like trying to do this for about like 5 months now.
Yeah.
I mean, me and him started in May, and then he was in there late June, early July, and so we've really only had realistically about 2 months to really get into a groove
Yeah.
of just like we're here and we're gonna do it. But like you said, the goal going forward is like we run through the stuff that we need to run through for like shows and stuff. Like we do the work part of it, because even though we're still creating music, it's sort of just muscle memory that we're trying to maintain with certain songs, like our set lists and stuff. And then after that, we'll have like a tiny break or whatever, and then we'll just get straight to writing and creating new
Yeah.
stuff. We actually we just came up with a new riff today, so. I mean, we just kind of shoot, like, we just spitball ideas, and then whatever works. We put it into a conjunction, and then we make it happen.
Yeah.
All right, last question. What can we expect to see next from Paradise Ablaze?
I'll start it. Yeah. I think that it's very situational with the scene the way it is now. It's very rock heavy, so it's very determined on our fans and the community that we've built on our own. Ironic. No, but the community that we are, pushing stuff out to, that we've built, I think we have we're getting nearing 200 people that actually are on our page and like interact with us. I think the best thing to look forward to, I think that what we're trying to do is, we're really focused on trying to get merch out, because we got to get into the studio, and the only way to make money doing this around here is to sell your freaking merch. I mean, with any band, really. And, I think that the best thing to do going forward is just trying to get on more shows. And, really, that's really the thing. And, there's we've talked about possible tours in the future, too. I feel like that would be really good.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of pulling that inspiration from Deftones a little bit, too. Like, their whole philosophy on that was just relentlessly just put yourself out there, because you can't ignore what is right in front of you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think that's something that we're trying to grow up and grow our band into becoming. It's just hard right now. It's just a difficult time.
Yeah, right now we're just pushing shows as much as possible. One, because it's extremely fun.
Yeah.
And just getting people to notice us.
Yeah.
We're just kind of like, we're not starved for attention, but we're definitely hungry for it.
Yeah,
Like,
we're starved for shows.
Yeah, we
That's-
really want to just get out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, for sure. No, it's just, I think what to look forward to is just, we're going to be releasing new music for sure, especially during the downtime, because when we don't have shows and when we start using this new process that we're trying to talk about with the creative thing, we should probably have some pretty decent songs,
Yeah, hopefully.
It's just about getting in the studio.
Yeah.
And then, so I think the best thing right now is just not only pushing shows, number one, but the number two priority is to release new stuff, because no one has anything to listen to with our lineup.
Yeah. But you guys got to listen to it,
Yeah.
and you got to tell us if it's bad or not,
Yeah.
because we might not know. If it's bad, you got to say it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. Don't
Constructive
boo us.
criticism.
Yeah, don't boo us though.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, that'd be embarrassing. Don't do that. Just tell me in private. After the show, come by and tell us if it's bad or not in private.
No, yeah, and it's just, I'm just gonna try and get me and Caden and maybe even Dylan too, we're just trying to, like, certain people that are promoting around here, in this local scene, it's hard to get to because they're usually so busy. And so I just want to, I don't want to be that guy that spam calls them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's the only way that I feel like they're actually gonna receive what I'm trying to put down. I've
That name is huge, bro.
that is a huge ant.
It's a huge,
You should make a song about it.
huge ant.
Yeah. But anyway, no, it's just working with promoters is really hard.
We're also not really the sound they're kind of looking for as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, again with the angry,
Sucks,
angry old men.
And it's
A lot of
you know,
marketing will hear indie.
and it's especially hard even for bands that are hard rock. It's like, if you don't play Van Halen and AC/DC, I'm gonna get mad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But you're trying to work with with bands that we would feel comfortable having our back, like Cannon Hill, Accident, American Dharma, all those bands. I'm really lucky, and I've been really privileged to meet these amazing people and these other bands to help this out. Do you know what I mean? And not ask for anything in return, other than just to maintain a good relationship with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just really trying to just get out there, and then merch is a big thing as well. But I'm gonna work that out here in a couple months.
Yeah.
So
That should be too difficult.
All right. Well, thank you guys for taking the time to sit down with Shutter 16, and look forward to seeing what happens next for you.
of course, thank you
Can
so
we
much.
can we show them the ant?
We can show them the